Welcome to the CBS Eye on Money Show. It's Thursday, October 13th. And you know what we do twice a week here at the Eye on Money Show? We answer your financial questions. We help you make better decisions going forward. We try not to look back so much. I mean, sometimes going back reveals something, but we don't want to scold you. We want to encourage you that you can make better choices going forward. That's much more interesting to me. No judgment zone. Whether you have a ton of money or a little bit of money or even some debt, we're here for you. We is me and Mark Talercio. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Jill. How are you?
I am very well. I'm excited because I know that you are very happy when it's October, but I'm also excited because, it's weird. All of a sudden I've gotten into oh my God, I'm looking ahead of Christmas because Mark and I decided we're going to take the last 2 weeks of the year off. And that means that I actually have been sinking into my schedule and thinking about all the things I need to do before mid-December. So that makes me happy. It really does.
It's going to be here before you know it. I mean, we're already recording stuff for November.
I know. What's happening for Thanksgiving for you guys? Are you going to be trying to do the parade again where last year, Mark's like, let's meet for dinner. We're going to go watch the balloons get blown up. And I believe that you were still in line while I was finishing my meal.
Yeah, it took much, much longer than we anticipated.
Don't you have a rich friend who's got an apartment on the park that you can glom off of?
Yeah, her name is Jill.
No, I'm on the wrong side. I'm too far west. There's nothing happening in Riverside Park. There's no balloon blowing up there.
All I heard was rich friend on Uptown.
Oh, yeah. I'm not rich enough. You need someone on Central Park West. That's what we need. Okay, if you would like to join us in this fanfare and excitement, all you need to do is go to our website, jillonmoney.com. Click on the Contact Us button. It's a little rectangular button in the upper right-hand corner. And right next to that Contact Us button, where you will complete the questions and tell us what's on your mind and click the box if you want to come on the air with us, there's also a button that says, please take our poll. And it's a 2-question poll. So calm down. It takes 10 seconds, okay? Today, we are joined by Jackie. She's on the line from Illinois. Jackie, you wrote in your email that you are a new listener. How did you discover the program?
I am so excited to be with you today. I just on my Apple podcast, looking for my entertainment on my daily walk, and you guys are certainly that and very educational as well.
Are you a consumer of financial and geeky podcasts, and that's why we came up?
Well, I want to be. I want to take some initiative and trying to educate myself. And so you guys did come up upon my search.
Jackie, what's going on? How can we help you out?
So I am looking for some overall financial advice. I'd say I'm very much a novice and I avoidant in what I don't know. So I'm in a unique position where I'm a commissioned salesperson. And so I have more in liquid assets than I do retirement assets. And I want to make up for some lost time with my retirement assets.
All right. That's awesome. Now, you're a commission-based salesperson. Do you work for an organization so that you have benefits and all that? Or are you, okay, so you're not a contractor.
Not at all.
That makes it easier. Okay,
Yep.
Great. So is there any portion that is just a flat base pay for you, or is it all commission?
Yes. So my base salary is $142.
That's good.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Okay.
No complaints. And I've received some advice early on in my sales career to never count on my commission, and I've done just that. So I don't count on my quarterly commission as part of my ordinary living expenses.
So what has the commission been, on average? Don't give me the best year or the worst year, but what do you sort of generate in commission?
Well, so it's basically matched commission. So my pot per year is double my base.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Holy smokes.
Yes. And in the last couple of years, I've been able to meet or exceed that amount.
Wait a second. So, it doubles your base? Like you're getting a 2 or 50 or 300,000 in commission?
Well, or no. So it's a match. So it's
just a one for one match. So
yeah,
it doubles the amount. Okay. So you're making like another 140 grand in commissions.
Yes. And I've been able to exceed that in the last couple years. So total compensation last couple years has been around 300. I would say 250 in future years would probably be a more realistic, calculation.
Okay, that's great though. Fantastic. So from the base compensation, you make retirement contributions into a 401k?
I do. Yeah. Right now it's only about 6% with a 4% match.
4% match, like a full 4%?
Yes.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. Very, very generous. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been, I know I could increase that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a bit hesitant to increase it just because I really am very diligent about, or try to be very diligent about living within the 142 salary.
Mm-hmm.
And so in some months, it just depends on the month. I can have, a couple grand extra, or I could be transferring money from savings. So I think I just need to be a bit more diligent with some overall, investing advice and
Mm-hmm.
what to do with the amount in my high yield savings account.
Okay, so how much is in the 401k right now?
I have about 150K in retirement assets
Mm-hmm.
across the board. In my current employer, there's only about 25K.
And you've got IRA rollovers, or are they
I
still
do.
in the okay? So where's the IRA rollover held? What company?
Raymond
Fidelity,
James.
Schwab, Raymond James. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have a broker there?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Savings, high yield savings. What do you have in there?
I have about 230K.
Any debt? I presume no.
No debt. I have a mortgage. It's
How
about,
much is the place worth?
I would say 550 to 600.
You like it? You're going to stay there?
I do. For the foreseeable future, it is my home. I love it. There's about 400K left on the mortgage, and the interest rate is pretty reasonable at 3.5.
So no plans to move anytime soon. No other debt besides the mortgage. You got your car. Everything good with that? Like I presume you're in Illinois, so you need a car. Is that right or
Yes,
not?
I do
Okay.
have a car. I lease my car right now. It's up at the end of the year. So one of the things I am considering is, do I pay cash for a car and then take that savings and just use that additional funding?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When did the lease start? Is it a 2 or a 3 year
It was a
lease?
39-month lease.
Did you think about maybe buying out the car?
I could. That is something I could
Do you
do.
like the car enough to do that?
I think so.
Are
Yeah.
you on the road or as a salesperson or not
No, well,
really?
that's the problem. I don't use the car very much. So
Perfect. Perfect. Then buy it out.
okay.
Most lease deals are predicated on a predetermined formula. And the formula is in that lease. You'll see it. And it'll say, here's your buyout number. Okay. It is going to be way cheaper than you buying anything else. And how many miles are on this car?
Oh, nothing. Like 18,000.
That's a no brainer. Okay.
And pay
So,
cash for it?
yep. Take
Okay.
it right out of your savings account. Hey, look, we just eliminated that payment. Isn't
We
that
did.
great?
We did.
Fantastic. All right. So, how old are you? I forgot to ask you that.
I'm 40.
A financial novice at 40. You've done a great job. You really have. Okay. Anyone you have to take care of? Did we mention a partner, a
No.
sibling, a parent, or anything like that?
No, I'm single and no dependents, and no one is financially
Re-
responsible for
Okay,
besides
great.
myself.
Okay, great. You said $150,000 of total retirement assets.
Yes.
Is all of that pre-tax?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Mark, what is Jackie, financial novice, to do with all of her money besides the amount that she's going to end up with, like 200 and something thousand after she pays cash for her lease. What should she do with all the rest of her money?
Well, I don't think she needs to keep all of that in a savings account. So I would definitely move some of that into a brokerage account. I'm not sure that I would do it with Raymond James. I would probably do it somewhere else
Why is that, Mark?
because I want some place that's super cheap.
So, do you know how you pay your Raymond James person, Jackie?
I don't really, unfortunately, but I'm sure it's a percentage of the amount invested.
It could be one of two ways. Raymond James has a model that it used to be they just were sold commission based mutual funds. So if you looked at your account in that IRA rollover, we could tell very quickly how you pay them. It is either an asset under management model that, you pay a certain percentage, or potentially it could be that it's commission based funds. Either way, here's an idea to consider. Since all of this is pre tax money, you like your current employer, right?
I do. Yes, very much
Where
so.
is the current 401k plan held?
Fidelity.
Mark, how do you feel about rolling over the Raymond James account and popping it all into her current 401k?
I'm all over that. Yep, for sure.
Definitely. I think that that's what you get. And how do you feel about, oh my God, I just forgot to ask whether like the Raymond James person is like your dear uncle. But
Well, she is. She manages my parents' account.
oh God,
I know
this
she
is
is a family.
terrible. So can we not fire her? You're going to have to make your decision about this. Okay. You can kind of worm your way out of it by just saying, you know what? I'm going to put all the money into my current account. It's just easier for me to manage. It's easier for me to look in one place. This is actually a rational choice, by the way. But to give the person the out, thank you so much. It's been fabulous. I just want it all in one place. Do your parents have a lot of money?
Not really.
Do you think your parents would be pissed at you if you did it?
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay. So then I think you just make the best decision for you. Why are we, I mean, it's one thing for you to say, I want to work with this person because it's my brother-in-law and I can't like deal with having a Thanksgiving that's uncomfortable. But if it's just, if it's your parents' advisor, I think it's a very rational thing to say to somebody, I love my company. It's been great. Thank you so much. Make sure that your current plan, your current 401k can accept a rollover from an IRA rollover at Raymond James. The money will come in as cash and then you can reallocate it. And then it is all in one place. So it is actually a legitimate reason to change. It really is. Okay. Mark, what should she do with the 401k money? How is it invested right now in terms of the different kinds of assets you've chosen inside of your 401k, Jackie?
I just put in, my target retirement age and then let it do the rest.
Okay, Mark, do you want to give Jackie a little bit of a proposed allocation?
Well, I mean, until the rollover money hits that 401k, I would just keep it as is, because you said it's only, what is it, like 20 something thousand right now?
Yeah, correct. 25K.
So once that rollover hits the account and you have, almost $200,000 in there, then I think you can ditch the target date fund and kind of create your own allocation. Fidelity has great index funds. So I would just use like a total stock market fund and a total bond market fund, maybe an international stock market fund in there. 40 years old, I would say 20% in bonds, 60% in total stock, maybe 20% in international stock, or maybe a little bit more and a little less on those two if you'd like. It's up to you.
All right. Now, Mark, how do you feel about Roth versus traditional and maxing out? Sounds like you're going to have a hard sell on trying to get Jackie, who makes 250 to 300 as a single, which puts her in the 35% tax bracket. I think I don't think she's going to be doing a Roth, my friend.
Well, I would do the Roth.
I don't know if I would.
Well, yeah, I know. We always have this debate when it comes to high earners, but I don't see it as a debate. She's 40 years old. She's going to be saving for many, many years, and she's making a lot of money. But aside from that, she should definitely be maxing out her 401k. There's no reason not to.
I think you should max out your 401k. I think you can do the traditional, and then all of your extra investing should be into a brokerage account, which you're going to do at Fidelity. You're not going to talk to anyone at Raymond James about your money that you're going to. Okay. What's the right amount of money that helps you sleep at night in your savings, given that you have variable income?
Yes.
Is it 100?
It's 100. It's certainly a bit over 100 makes me very comfortable. I want to save about 30 to 40K for a potential condo refresh, but that was one of my big questions. I have about $80,000 to $90,000 that I could potentially move out of the savings, and then how do I allocate that into the brokerage account?
Okay, so Mark, given that we're going to leave $100,000 in cash, we're going to spend money on the car, money on the little condo refresh. How should invest the brokerage? She's going to get a brand new account at Fidelity. And by the way, how fabulous is this, Jackie? You're going to open up your Fidelity account. There's going to be you're going to see, boom, my 401k, all the money's going to be in there. And then boom, you're going to see an individual account. So how should Jackie manage her brokerage investing?
I would make it very similar to what the 401k is ultimately going to be. Maybe make it I would probably make it a little bit more conservative, because this is the money that you'll probably, you'll want to access first if something comes up. So maybe 70% stock and 30% bond. But I would do the same thing. Just pick a total stock market fund, international stock market fund, and then a total bond market fund.
Nice and easy. And don't freak out. It's going to be variable. You don't need the money. This essentially to me is your supplemental retirement account. All right. So even though it's not a Roth, and even though Mark would love you to have a Roth, I do think that for now, given where you are, I think this is a great start. Now, here's a crazy question that I'm going to ask you. You got a bunch of money. Where does your money go if you drop dead tomorrow?
My brother.
And you've already identified that?
Yes. Well, not in a will. I don't have any of those documents, but it's all through, he's the beneficiary on all the accounts.
Okay. So he's the beneficiary, but what about, do you have a transfer on death clause in your savings account? In other words, savings accounts don't pass by contract usually. Can you just do like a simple will online and make sure your brother gets all the moolah and all that? That's great. A healthcare proxy and a durable power of attorney. Is he capable of doing all three of those?
Yes.
Perfect.
Question on the brokerage. We have our employee stock plan through Schwab.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking the brokerage through Schwab. That way,
fine. Either way.
Okay.
That way you can just sell the stuff and put it right into the account. That's
exactly.
fine. Although it does not matter one way or the other. You can do that. And Schwab will have the exact same choices of low cost index funds. So it'll be easy peasy for you.
How much are you putting into savings every month? I mean, you must have a lot of cash flow because you don't have a lot of expenses.
I don't have a ton of expenses, but it's basically not, it sits in my checking account, and then it's my quarterly commissions that basically go, the overwhelming majority of the quarterly payout goes into the high yield savings.
Now that'll go into the brokerage.
That was going to be my question. So, my 401k, my emergency fund is set. What do I do with future commission checks? Do I just, do I put that all into the brokerage account?
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you're dipping underneath your 100 for some reason. But yeah, I would. You're not going to have as much. I mean, let's see how you do when you're maxing out your 401k, right? Because you're putting in 6% and you'll end up having to put in, let's see, so you have to put another 10% in or so, maybe 14% or so. Cash flow is going to be diminished because you're putting more money into your retirement account. So let's see how you feel. And don't be afraid to do a little of that accounting where you're like, okay, I'm going to move some money from the high yield into my checking. It's okay because you know that it's going to be okay. You have that experience, right?
Yes.
If you, like Jackie, want to come on the program, we want to go through some of your situation, maybe you're a financial neophyte or novice. Maybe you're really experienced and something else is going on. Maybe you just want a couple more opinions about what someone has presented to you. Mark and I would love to be there for you. That's why we encourage you to join us here on the Eye on Money Show by going to our website, jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button and give us some information there. If you'd like to come on the air, just check the box. It says you want to come on the air. Mark does everything else. Then you can also pre-order The Great Money Reset, which is my new book. It's coming out in January. I'm very excited about that. Mark, I just booked my CBS Mornings appearance to promote the book. So they're booking ahead to January. I'm very happy about that. You can sign up for the free weekly newsletter, and you can send our podcast to anyone you think could benefit from it. It's this podcast, which we drop every Tuesday and Thursday, and also our Jill on Money podcast, which is a daily broadcast. Mark Talercio is our co-host and executive producer. We are distributed by Paramount Global. Do me a favor, put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. It's really nice because it helps people feel better about themselves, and you'll feel better about that. Curiosity, compassion, community. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next week.